What if I told you there's a miraculous formula to manifest everything you desire, and that it's been hidden from you for millennia? What if I prove to you, in the next few seconds, that you've been using this formula backwards your entire life, attracting exactly what you don't want? This isn't self-help. It's an ancient secret, taught by Thoth, the scribe of the Egyptian gods. He didn't talk about effort, he talked about vibration. And the first secret, the key that unlocks all the others, is so simple it's going to shock you. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Think about that for a second. Your current reality, the money in your account, your relationships, your health. All of that is just a mirror of your internal vibration. If you vibrate lack, the universe gives you more lack. If you vibrate frustration, the universe hands you more reasons to be frustrated. You're stuck in a loop, and it's not your fault. You just didn't know the rules of the game. But that ends today. In this video, I'm going to give you the 15 secrets taught by Thoth to raise your vibration to a level where manifestation becomes inevitable and effortless. And the 10th secret is the most powerful of all, the piece that ties it all together and that few in history have had access to. Stay with me until the end, because your reality is about to be completely transformed. If you're ready to awaken your power, comment below. I am the creator of my reality. This first key to accessing your inner power doesn't require complex rituals, years of study, or the approval of a guru. It's available to you right now, wherever you are. How many times have you been told that, in order to evolve, you first need to dive into your past, relive and heal every trauma, resolve all emotional baggage, and clean out every dark corner of your mind? That idea, though well-intentioned, often becomes a trap. It puts you in an endless quest for perfection, making you believe you can only be happy or powerful in the future after all the hard work is done. What if that's a half-truth that's keeping you stuck? Thoth, in his practical wisdom, taught a shortcut, a direct path. He said you don't need to be perfect or completely healed to start shifting your vibration. You can do it now, exactly as you are. Even with mental chaos, anxiety, and everyday worries. The secret isn't to eliminate the chaos, but to find a point of silence within it. And for that, you only need one tool, your own awareness. More specifically, your ability to deliberately direct the focus of your attention, pulling it away from the noisy mind and bringing it to the only thing that truly exists, the now. The first and most fundamental way to raise your vibration is focused presence. Think of your attention like a flashlight in a dark, messy room. The mind, by default, randomly lights up dusty corners of the past, full of regrets and hurt, or projects scary shadows into the future, full of anxiety and fear. When you practice presence, you take control of the flashlight. You deliberately point it to the center of the room, to the present moment. In that focus, the shadows of the past and future lose their power. The noisy mind is forced to quiet down because it can't operate outside of psychological time. In that silence that emerges, something magical happens. The vital energy that was once wasted feeding the mental drama of anxiety, guilt, and worry suddenly becomes available to you. It's like closing dozens of apps that were running in the background of your phone, draining the battery. You stop leaking your life force into useless thoughts and start storing it within yourself. That recovered energy is the fuel for vibrational change. Without it, any attempt to think positive or use the law of attraction is like trying to start a car with no gas. It's an empty and frustrating effort. Being present doesn't mean you need to sit in lotus position and meditate for hours. It's an active practice that can be integrated into any moment of your day. It's feeling the hot water on your body during your shower, instead of planning your next meeting. It's savoring every bite of your food, instead of eating while scrolling through your phone feed. It's feeling the texture of your clothes on your skin, hearing the sounds around you without naming or judging them, noticing the subtle movement of air flowing in and out of your lungs. Each of these moments is an act of power, a reclaiming of your own awareness. However, focused presence, as powerful as it is only the first step. It is the preparation of the ground, the clearing of the field so that a new seed can be planted. It creates the internal space necessary for transformation, but for your vibration to truly shift in a tangible way, for this new energy to be anchored and begin to reshape your reality. You need to combine that presence with a physical force, an act you perform every second of every day, but almost never use consciously. It's a bridge between your intention and your physical body. It's exactly this powerful combination we're going to explore next. The union of focused awareness with this physical and involuntary act creates a synergy capable of transforming your internal state in a matter of minutes. It's the key to moving from theory to the practice of personal alchemy, revealing how the most basic action of your existence can become your greatest and most accessible tool of power to change how you feel and spandeba. As a result, what you attract into your life. This powerful combination that anchors presence in the body is something you've done since the moment you were born and will continue doing until your last breath. You perform this action about 23,000 times a day, most of the time completely automatically, without the slightest attention. And it's precisely because it's so common and involuntary that its immense power is ignored. We're talking about your breath. Yet, it's likely that no one has ever taught you how to use it as the spiritual and biological technology it truly is. A tool capable of altering your physiology, your mind, and your energetic field instantly. The second way to raise your vibration, which gives body and strength to presence, is conscious breathing. To the ancient sages of many traditions, breathing was much more than just gas exchange in the lungs. The Greeks called it pneuma, the Hindus prana. Both terms referred not just to air, but to the breath of life, the universal life force, the spirit itself in motion. Thoth taught that breath is the literal bridge connecting the visible world of the body with the invisible world of energy and consciousness. When you breathe on autopilot, you merely survive. When you breathe with presence and intention, you begin to create. The practice is incredibly simple, yet deeply transformative. Instead of letting your breath remain short and shallow, as it usually is when we're stressed or anxious, you take control. As you inhale, do it slowly and deeply, imagining that you're not just pulling in oxygen, but pure, vital energy from the universe, filling every cell of your body with light and vitality. Feel your abdomen expand, then your chest. Hold it for a moment, feeling that energy build up inside you, like a battery being fully charged. Then, as you exhale, do it even more slowly and deliberately. But don't just release air. Visualize, with your full intention, that you're expelling all the tension stored in your shoulders, all the fear lodged in your chest, all the mental confusion. Picture a dark, dense smoke leaving your body, taking away everything that no longer serves you, everything that weighs down your energy. Each inhale and exhale becomes a deliberate act of purification and energization, a cleansing ritual you can perform anywhere, at any time. This simple act, when repeated for just a few minutes with full attention, works miracles on your system. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for relaxation, pulling your body out of fight or flight mode and placing it into a state of rest and digest. It calms your mind, slows your heartbeat, and clears your energetic field almost instantly. It's the fastest and most effective way to escape the noisy prison of your mind and return to the silent wisdom of your body, the place where your true power resides and where real vibrational change happens. By mastering the art of conscious breathing, you lay a solid foundation. You've learned to silence the mind with presence and cleanse your system with breath. You've built the bridge between your awareness and your physical body. Now, your system is receptive, clear, and ready to be charged with new sources of energy. But what if, beyond using the subtle energy of air, you could connect directly to an external, massive, and inexhaustible source of power? A force that bathes our planet every day, and that the wisest civilizations of antiquity not only respected, but worshipped as a god. This source of cosmic energy is available to everyone, for free, every single day. Yet, in our modern lives, we've learned to fear it or ignore it, hiding from it in sealed offices and homes. The connection to this cosmic power source was so fundamental that entire civilizations were structured around it. Why did the great pharaohs of Egypt call themselves sons of the sun? Why were ancient temples, from Stonehenge in England to Angkor Wat in Cambodia, meticulously aligned to capture the first rays of dawn on specific days of the year? This wasn't just religious ritual based on superstition. It was advanced spiritual science. They understood that this external source of energy was a portal to vitality, consciousness, and enlightenment, and they knew exactly how to interact with it. The third way to raise your vibration is intentional sunbathing. In our modern society, we've been conditioned to see the sun mostly as a danger, a source of aging and skin disease. While overexposure without protection can indeed be harmful, this limited view has made us forget a profound truth. Thoth referred to the sun not just as a burning ball of gas, but as the visible eye of the divine, the physical manifestation of the source of all life and consciousness in our system. To the alchemists, physical gold was just a symbol of the true gold, solar consciousness, the energy of enlightenment that can be absorbed by the body. The practice isn't about tanning for hours, but about a conscious and brief act. Just a few minutes of intentional sun exposure, especially in the first hour after sunrise or the last hour before sunset, when the rays are gentler, do much more than just stimulate vitamin D production. In those moments, sunlight carries a unique energetic quality. As you expose yourself to it, don't just stand there. Close your eyes, breathe deeply as you've already learned, and actively feel the warmth and light on your skin. Imagine that golden, living light penetrating not just your skin, but every cell, every organ, every part of your being. Visualize this liquid energy dissolving any energetic blockages, purifying your blood, and filling you with pure, radiant vitality. This living light has a direct effect on your pineal gland, the small gland in the center of your brain that many spiritual traditions consider your third eye, the portal to intuition and higher states of consciousness. Sunlight helps decalcify and activate this gland, fine-tuning your subtle perception. By doing this practice, you're doing much more than just sunbathing. You're consciously connecting to a cosmic power source that sustains all life on Earth. You're realigning your biological rhythms with the planet's natural rhythms, a process that in itself already reduces stress and increases well-being. You are, in fact, purifying and energizing yourself on a fundamental level, absorbing the same energy that nourished kings, queens, and sages throughout history. Those who knew that true power comes from harmony with the forces of nature. You've learned to align yourself with the energy of the sky, the expansive and radiant energy of the sun. But that's only half of the cosmic equation. Balance is the key to sustainable power. If the sky offers an energy of expansion, fire, and light, What lies directly beneath your feet offers a complementary force, equally powerful and absolutely essential to your well-being. An energy of stability, calm, and grounding. Without this counterpart, solar energy can become excessive and scattered. Now that you've opened up to receive the energy from above, you need to learn how to connect with the energy from below. And in the next part, we're going to discover the secret that the planet Earth itself holds. A natural technology to discharge all the invisible weight, all the energetic static you accumulate in your daily life that prevents you from consistently maintaining a high vibration. This balancing energy that comes from below has been completely forgotten by our civilization. We live most of our lives in concrete boxes, we walk on asphalt, and we wear shoes with rubber soles, which are electrical insulators. We've physically disconnected from the surface of our own planet. This constant disconnection creates a subtle but deep imbalance in our energetic system. We isolate ourselves from the most powerful and accessible source of balance, stability, and purification that exists, and we don't even realize the price we pay for it in stress, anxiety, and chronic fatigue. The fourth way to raise your vibration is energetic grounding. Earth isn't just a chunk of inert rock floating in space, as materialistic science has made us believe. It's a living, pulsating, conscious organism with its own gigantic electromagnetic field. Thoth and shamans from all cultures knew this. They taught that the planet has the innate ability to absorb and transmute dense energies. It acts as a massive energetic recycling system, a great equalizer that can neutralize the unbalanced electric charges we accumulate in our bodies. The practice is the simplest and most instinctive of all. Take off your shoes and place your feet in direct contact with the Earth's surface. Walk barefoot on grass, beach sand, the moist soil of a garden, or even on natural rocks. The moment your skin touches the ground, you create a direct electrical circuit. Modern science calls this earthing. Planet Earth has a naturally negative electrical charge, while our bodies, due to stress and exposure to artificial electromagnetic fields, build up an excess of positive charge, linked to inflammation and oxidation. By connecting with the Earth, you allow the excess positive charge and dirty electricity in your body to flow out of you, absorbed and neutralized by the planet's immense reservoir. It's like grounding an electrical device to prevent overloads and short circuits. All the stagnant energy, the accumulated anxiety, the mental overload from a workday, and the energetic static from phones and computers are literally drained from you. You discharge, and the sense of relief and calm is almost immediate and deeply tangible. This process was a fundamental and sacred practice for ancient peoples. They instinctively knew that in order to reach the heavens in their meditations and rituals, to receive cosmic energy safely, they first had to be firmly rooted in the earth. Grounding isn't just about releasing the negative, it's also about absorbing the positive. In exchange for the dense energy you release, you absorb the stable, calming, and healing frequency of the planet, realigning your own electromagnetic field with the Earth's pulse, known as the Schumann resonance. It's a simultaneous act of humility and power. You acknowledge that you are part of a greater system and allow yourself to be cared for and balanced by Mother Earth. You release what no longer serves you, and in return, you are filled with the stable and nourishing energy that only direct contact with nature can offer. This simple act of taking off your shoes can be more effective than many complex therapies in relieving anxiety and chronic inflammation, restoring your natural balance, and strengthening your energetic field to sustain a higher vibration. Now you've learned how to align with the two great external forces, the radiant energy of the sky and the stabilizing energy of the earth. You're becoming a conscious conductor of cosmic and earthly energy. But what if I told you that you can now take this new vibration, this new energetic information, and program it directly into the substance that makes up about 70% of your physical body? What if the very water you drink could become a vehicle to anchor and multiply this new frequency in every one of your cells? The ability to program the substance that makes up most of your body might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie. But it's ancient wisdom that cutting-edge science is only now beginning to rediscover and validate. What if every glass of water you drank could become a personalized elixir, carrying a specific message of healing, vitality, or peace directly to the core of your cells? This is possible because water is not an inert substance. It is alive, receptive, and possesses an extraordinary property that most of us don't know about: memory. The fifth way to raise your vibration is water programming with intention. Water is one of the most mysterious and unique substances in the universe. Pioneering research, like that of Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto, visually showed that the molecular structure of water, the way its molecules cluster, can be drastically altered by external vibrations. This includes the vibration of sound, music, written words, and most importantly, human thought and emotion. Thoth and other masters taught that water was nature's most receptive vehicle, a liquid medium capable of storing, carrying, and transmitting energetic information. The practice is a simple awareness ritual that turns a mundane act into a sacred moment of self-healing. Before drinking a glass of water, pause for a moment. Don't drink it mindlessly while doing something else. Hold the glass or bottle with both hands, bringing it close to your body. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath, bringing your awareness to the state of presence you've already practiced. Connect with your heart and intentionally generate an elevated emotion, such as a deep feeling of gratitude, love, or joy. Feel that emotion fill your entire being. With that emotion pulsing through you, direct your intention toward the water. You can do this by speaking power words out loud or simply projecting the thought and feeling. Speak directly to the water as if it were a living consciousness. Say words like perfect health, vitality, mental clarity, inner peace, abundance. Visualize the water absorbing that energy, glowing with intense light. You are, in that moment, encoding the molecular structure of the water with the specific frequency of your intention. The molecules are reorganizing to mirror the vibration you're emitting. When you finally drink that programmed water, the process is complete. You're not just hydrating yourself on a physical level. You are ingesting vibrational information. You are drinking an energetic medicine that you created yourself. That water, now structured with a high frequency, travels throughout your body, and each of your cells, which are mostly made of water, receives that new instruction. It's a way to reprogram your body from the inside out, instructing it at a cellular level to resonate with the energy of health, peace, and vitality that you've chosen. In the beginning of nearly all great cosmologies and sacred texts, we find the same fundamental idea. In the biblical Genesis, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. In the Hindu Vedas, the universe is born from the vibration of the syllable Om. For the ancient Egyptians, the god Thoth created the world through thought and word. This convergence is no coincidence. It's not just poetry or metaphor. It's the description of a profound law of spiritual physics. The universe was, and still is, sung into existence. Sound, the primordial vibration, is the force that organizes energy into matter. The sixth way to raise your vibration is the conscious use of sound and music. Your own voice is one of the most powerful instruments of manifestation and healing you possess. A generator of personal frequency. When you speak, sing, or simply chant a continuous sound, you're not just moving air. you are generating vibrational waves that spread through space, interacting with the quantum field and reorganizing energy both around and within you. The science of cymatics visually shows how different sound frequencies create perfect geometric patterns in matter like sand or water. Your voice does the same to your own energy. Chanting or vocalizing specific sounds, like the mantra Om, has a direct physiological and energetic effect. The vibration resonates in your chest and skull, stimulating the vagus nerve, which calms the entire nervous system. Energetically, it activates your throat chakra, the power center related to expression, communication, and your personal truth. A blocked throat chakra leads to the inability to express yourself and live authentically. By using your voice consciously, you are cleansing and opening that channel, allowing your energy to flow more freely and your truth to be expressed in the world. But here lies the secret many ignore. It's not just about making noise. The power lies in what you sing, and more importantly, how you sing it. The lyrics of the songs you listen to and sing daily are actually affirmations and mantras you repeat constantly. If you spend your day singing about pain, loss, and betrayal, you're programming your subconscious and energetic field with that vibration. You are reinforcing the very reality you say you want to change. Music is an extremely powerful tool for mental programming, for better or worse. So start consciously choosing the soundtrack of your life. Look for songs with lyrics that lift you up, that speak of strength, resilience, love, joy, and power. Create high-vibe playlists, and when you sing, don't do it mechanically. Sing with presence and feeling, just like you've learned to do with the other practices. Feel the vibration of your voice in your chest, in your throat. Feel the emotion of the lyrics as if they were already your reality. By doing this, you're literally tuning yourself, like a musical instrument, to a higher, more harmonious frequency. As the ancient wisdom of the Emerald Tablet said, words are the keys, sound is the seal. The words of the song or mantra are the key that opens the door to a new possibility. The sound of your voice, charged with your emotion and intention, is the seal that confirms and manifests that possibility into your reality. You are using the same creative force of the universe to seal a new reality for yourself, using the vibration of your own voice as the instrument of creation. You are remembering that you, too, are a creator of worlds. You now understand how to use presence to calm the mind, breath to cleanse the body, the elements of nature to energize yourself, and sound to project your intention. You're assembling a powerful toolkit for personal alchemy. But there's a force even subtler, quieter and more constant than all the others. A force that's operating right now as you read these words, and that defines the foundation of your entire experience. It is the invisible architect of your world. And in the next part, we'll finally reveal the hidden power of the words you never speak. This force that works in silence, more constant than your own breath, is the invisible architect of your world. Have you ever stopped to think that your mind works exactly like a fertile garden? If you don't make the conscious effort to plant flowers, weeds will sprout on their own, without asking permission. They simply take over the space. And those mental weeds are the automatic thoughts and words you use every day, an incessant stream of narratives running in the background. Often so subtle you don't even realize they're dictating the quality of your life and the results you get. The seventh way to raise your vibration, then, is the most challenging and the most liberating of all: discipline of thought and word. This isn't about toxic positivity or pretending problems don't exist. It's about becoming the conscious guardian of your own mental garden. The fundamental Hermetic principle, all is mind, the universe is mental, reveals a deep truth. It tells us that the reality we live in is at its core, a manifestation of consciousness. Your individual mind is a microcosm of that universal mind, a point of creation with immense power. Your thoughts are not private, harmless events that happen in your head. They are pulses of energy, vibrational commands you're constantly sending into the quantum field. This is where most people fail when trying to use positive affirmations. Repeating a phrase like, "I am rich," while your body and emotions are screaming, "I'm broke," is a useless exercise. An affirmation said without feeling is just an empty phrase, a seed thrown into dry soil. But a focused, intentional thought, and more importantly, one charged with the energy of emotion and the presence you've already learned to cultivate, becomes something entirely different. It becomes what the ancients called a living word. It's no longer just a wish, it's a decree. It's a clear and energized instruction that the universe has no choice but to register and respond to. The first step is to start policing your mind, not like a tyrant, but like a curious observer. What are the stories you tell yourself every day? What are the thoughts that repeat like a broken record? I never get it right. This is too hard for me. People always let me down. Also observe the words you use to describe your life and yourself to others. Do you describe yourself as unlucky, tired, struggling? Every one of those words is a spell you're casting on yourself, reinforcing the very reality you want to escape. Awareness is the first step to freedom. When you catch yourself in one of those negative thought or speech patterns, the worst thing you can do is fight it or feel guilty. That only gives it more energy. Instead, apply what you've already learned. Just observe the thought without judgment. Breathe consciously, bringing yourself back to the present moment and into your body. And then, calmly and firmly, choose a new, more powerful thought. Choose a different word. You're not denying your current reality. You're refusing to let it dictate your vibration and, therefore, your future. You are stepping into your role as the programmer of your energetic field. This work of mental discipline is the foundation of all lasting transformation. It's what ensures that the other practices aren't just temporary reliefs. By clearing the garden of your mind, you create an inner environment where the seeds of presence, breath, solar energy, and grounding can truly blossom. You become the master of your own inner universe. And as Hermeticism teaches, the outer world is just a reflection of the inner world. You stop being a passive reactor to circumstances and become the active cause of your life experience, shaping your reality thought by thought, word by word. But what if, even with all this mental work, all this discipline and awareness, you still feel a heavy energy, an unexplained lethargy, a sadness or anger that seems to come out of nowhere and settle in your body like a physical weight? You could have the clearest mind in the world and still feel chained by an invisible force. There's a very concrete reason for that. That energy isn't in your mind. It's trapped in a much denser place. That feeling of heaviness and lethargy, even when your mind is clear, has a physical origin. You can have the purest intentions and the mental discipline of a monk. But if your body has become a reservoir of stagnant energy, you're trying to drive a high-performance race car with the handbrake on and the engine flooded. Emotions that haven't been fully felt and processed, past traumas, moments of intense stress, all of that doesn't just magically disappear. They don't live only in your head as memories. They crystallize and settle in your muscles, your organs, and your connective tissues, creating real energetic blockages. The eighth way to raise your vibration is therefore conscious body movement. Your body is not simply a biological vehicle to carry your brain from one place to another. It's an incredibly complex and intelligent energetic system, a living map of your entire life journey. Life force energy, which yogis call prana and Taoists call chi, needs to flow freely through channels just like blood flows through veins. When that energy becomes stagnant due to repressed emotions or chronic tension, stiffness, fatigue, pain, and eventually illness arise. The body starts to scream what the mind refused to hear. Moving with presence and intention is a powerful act of energetic release. We're not talking about mechanical workouts done while watching TV or listening to a podcast. This isn't about burning calories or building muscle, although that can be a welcome side effect. It's about dissolving energetic blockages, whether it's dancing freely in your living room, walking silently in nature, gently stretching in the morning, or flowing through a yoga sequence. The key is awareness. It's about bringing your full attention to the sensations that arise in your body as you move. It's a wordless dialogue with your own temple. As you move, bring your awareness inward. Where do you feel tension? Maybe in your shoulders, from the weight of responsibilities you carry. Maybe in your jaw, from words left unspoken. Maybe in your hips, where old fears often settle. Don't judge the tension. Just acknowledge it. And then use the tool you've already mastered, your breath. Breathe into that area. Imagine your warm, healing breath wrapping around the knot of energy, softening it, unraveling it. As you exhale, visualize the stagnant energy breaking up and flowing again, being released from your system. Thoth and the masters of embodied wisdom always taught that the body is the temple of the spirit. A temple that is dirty, cluttered, or full of energetic debris cannot house a high vibration. Divine energy, higher consciousness, needs a clean and clear vessel to fully manifest through you. When you move your body consciously, you're not just exercising. You're performing a sacred act of cleansing. You're sweeping away energetic cobwebs, opening the windows of your being, and making your temple a worthy and welcoming place for spirit to dwell. This practice of conscious movement is what connects mental and spiritual work with physical, earthly reality. It prevents spirituality from becoming just an abstract concept in your head and anchors it in your lived experience, in your body. The release you feel after a session of conscious movement isn't just physical, it's emotional and energetic. You feel lighter, clearer, more alive, because the energy that was stuck and weighing you down has finally been set in motion and released. Your whole system starts vibrating at a higher, freer frequency. There is one emotion, one state of being, that masters and sages from every era, from Jesus to Buddha, from Rumi to Thoth, have considered the highest and purest vibration in the universe. It's not euphoric happiness that depends on outside circumstances, nor the fleeting excitement of a new achievement. It's a much deeper force. It's a calm, expansive, and immensely magnetic frequency that has the power to transmute fear into love and scarcity into a feeling of abundance almost instantly. It's the universal solvent for negativity and the greatest amplifier of conscious creation. The ninth way to raise your vibration is conscious gratitude. And this word, gratitude, has been so overused in our culture that it's lost its original power. We're not talking about saying thank you out of politeness or making a mental list of things you should be grateful for. We're talking about a visceral feeling, a deep emotion that reverberates directly from your heart chakra, from the center of your being. It's the frequency of acknowledgement, of full acceptance, and of celebrating what already is. It's looking at your life exactly as it is right now and finding the beauty and blessing in it. Gratitude is the ultimate antidote to victim mentality and the cycle of lack. A mind that lives in lack is always focused on what's missing, what's wrong, what needs fixing. That vibration of lack only attracts more lack. Gratitude breaks that spell. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already present. Thoth referred to this state as the seal of the initiate. because it's the living proof that a person has finally understood the law. They've realized that true creation doesn't come from desperate asking, but from thankful receiving in advance, from feeling the emotion of the desire already fulfilled. The real magic happens when you start to integrate gratitude into all the other practices you've learned. Practice feeling gratitude while breathing consciously, thankful for the breath of life. Feel gratitude while receiving sunlight, thankful for the energy that nourishes you. Feel gratitude as you drink your programmed water, thankful for the substance that purifies you. Feel gratitude while moving your body, thankful for the vehicle that allows you to dance, walk, and live. Gratitude becomes the amplifier that enhances and raises the frequency of all other practices, weaving them together into a symphony of high vibration. Begin cultivating gratitude as a daily discipline. When you wake up, before you even reach for your phone, find 3 things you're genuinely grateful for. Throughout your day, pause to notice small beauties around you. Before you sleep, review your day and find moments that brought you joy or lessons. This constant practice starts to rewire your brain, training it to look for the positive instead of the negative. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and become a blessing hunter, an alchemist who finds gold everywhere. Now you hold in your hands the master frequency, the feeling that harmonizes and elevates your entire being. You are learning to internally generate the vibration of abundance and love. But what if you could use allies from the mineral kingdom itself, perfect physical structures that have held and emitted stable, pure frequencies for millions of years? What if you could use these tools of nature to protect your newly attuned energy field and to further amplify your intentions? The earth, in its infinite generosity, didn't just give us soil to plant, water to drink, and air to breathe. In its depths, under immense pressure and over ages, it forged structures of pure order, sacred geometry, and solidified light, crystals. To the modern mind, they may seem like nothing more than pretty stones, decorative objects, or jewelry. But to the ancient sages and to energy science, they are much more. They are frequency resonators, intention amplifiers, and natural technological tools, capable of storing, transmitting, and transmuting energy in remarkable ways. The 10th way to raise your vibration is the conscious use of crystals. The secret to a crystal's power lies in its internal structure. Unlike other rocks, a crystal has a perfectly ordered and repetitive molecular network, a crystalline structure. This geometric perfection causes it to vibrate at a specific and extremely stable frequency. When you bring a crystal close to your energy field, which is much more unstable and fluctuating, a principle in physics called entrainment comes into play. The crystal, with its dominant and stable vibration, influences your own vibration to rise and align with it, acting like a tuning fork for your soul. Each type of crystal has a unique molecular structure, and therefore, a different frequency and set of properties. For energetic protection, for example, black tourmaline is unmatched. Its structure absorbs and transmutes negative and dissonant energies, even the electromagnetic pollution from phones and computers, creating a true protective shield around you. To enhance manifestation and intention clarity, clear quartz is a master amplifier. It takes the intention you project into it and broadcasts it to the universe with greater power and focus, like a megaphone for your vibration. Other crystals work on more subtle frequencies. Amethyst, with its violet color, resonates with the crown and third eye chakras, quieting the chattering mind, relieving anxiety, and opening channels for intuition and higher wisdom. Rose quartz, on the other hand, vibrates at the frequency of unconditional love. Keeping it close helps heal emotional wounds, open the heart chakra, and cultivate compassion, for yourself and others. Selenite is a powerful cleansing tool, capable of purifying both your energy field and other crystals, vibrating at a frequency of near pure, divine light. The power, however, isn't magically in the stone itself, but in your conscious interaction with it. It's not enough to buy a crystal and leave it forgotten in a drawer. It must be activated. Hold a crystal during your meditation to deepen your state. Like any energetic tool, crystals need care. It's important to cleanse them regularly to release the dissonant energies they've absorbed. You can do this by placing them under running water, in the smoke of sage or Palo Santo incense, or on a slab of selenite. Once cleansed, program them with your intention. Hold the crystal in your hands, take a deep breath, connect with it, and clearly state, out loud or mentally, what your intention is for it. I program you to protect my energy field, or I program you to help me manifest clarity. Now, the crystal becomes an active ally on your journey. In a universe that is, in essence, flow and constant movement, any energy that is held, hoarded, and guarded out of fear inevitably becomes stagnant. Think of a lake with no inflow or outflow. It quickly becomes murky, lifeless, and toxic. The same principle applies to all forms of energy in your life, including money, knowledge, talent, and love. Many people seek to raise their vibration with the sole goal of receiving more taibo, without understanding a fundamental law of the universe. The portal to true and abundant receiving is, paradoxically, the act of giving. The 11th way to raise your vibration is the conscious practice of service and giving. This goes far beyond the traditional concept of charity, which often comes from a place of pity or obligation. We're talking about a deep understanding that you are not a reservoir, but a channel for universal energy. When you give something of value to someone else, your time, a sincere compliment, a listening ear, help with a task, your knowledge, or your money, without expecting anything in return, you're making a powerful statement to the universe. You're saying, I trust the flow. I know I am supported. I act from a place of abundance, not lack. This selfless act of giving creates an energetic vacuum that the universe, by its very nature, rushes to fill. It's the law of circulation in its purest form. Energy needs to move. By consciously releasing energy, you create space for more energy to flow to you. Thoth taught this principle clearly. What is given from the heart returns multiplied. The secret, the key that activates or deactivates this law, is entirely in your intention. If you give with a hidden goal of getting something back, you're acting from scarcity and fear, and the flow is blocked. The energy of the transaction is low vibration, but if you give for the pure joy of contributing, from a genuine desire to add value to someone's life or to the world, the energy is completely different. It's a vibration of love, abundance, and trust. And that's the vibration the universe mirrors back to you. It doesn't reward you because you were nice. It simply floods you with more resources, more opportunities, and more energy so you can continue being a bigger channel for that generous flow. You become an active partner of the universe in its continuous process of creation and expansion. Giving becomes your way of receiving. Start small, but start now. The practice doesn't need to involve large sums of money or grand gestures. Offer a genuine smile to a stranger. Let someone go ahead of you in traffic. Send a message to a friend telling them how much you appreciate them. Share knowledge you have that could help someone. Pay for the coffee of the person behind you in line. In each of these acts, focus on the feeling of expansion in your chest, the joy of simply giving. Feel abundant in that moment. You are aligning yourself with the very generous and abundant nature of the universe. You can spend hours meditating, doing your breath work, and aligning with the highest vibrations. But if, at the end of the day, you return to a house full of clutter, broken items, and stagnant energy, it's like taking a refreshing shower and then putting on dirty clothes. Your external environment is not separate from you. It is a direct mirror of your inner state and, at the same time, a mold that constantly influences your energy. Living in a chaotic and low vibration space requires a Herculean effort to maintain your frequency because you are constantly swimming against the current of your own home. The 12th way to raise your vibration is the conscious harmonization of your space. Every object in your home, from the furniture to the smallest trinket, is not energetically neutral. It carries a vibrational signature, infused with the energy of its origin, its associated memories, and its current condition. Physical clutter, for example, does more than just offend the eyes. It creates mental clutter and blocks the smooth flow of energy, chi or prana, through your space, generating a sense of stagnation, confusion, and heaviness that directly affects your mood and mental clarity. Broken items you insist on keeping to fix someday vibrate with procrastination and broken energy. Gifts from people with whom you had toxic relationships or items that bring bad memories. Keep your vibration stuck in the energy of the past, of pain, and of lack. Each of these items acts like a small energetic anchor, holding you in a lower frequency. Harmonizing your space, therefore, begins with a conscious decluttering process, a deep, energetic cleaning that goes far beyond simple physical tidying. After clearing the excess, begin raising the energy of the space that remains. Open the windows every day, even in winter, to allow fresh air and new energy to circulate, pushing out the stagnation. Use the power of sound to cleanse the space. Walk through the rooms ringing a bell, playing a Tibetan bowl, or playing mantras and high-frequency music. Also use the power of natural scents. Diffuse essential oils like lavender to calm, lemon to purify, or rosemary for mental clarity. Avoid artificial air fresheners, which carry a chemical and low vibration. Organize your space in a way that feels beautiful, functional, and inspiring to you. Surround yourself with objects that bring you joy, with colors that calm or energize you, with plants that bring the energy of life into your home. Create a small altar or sacred corner with your crystals, candles, and power objects, a place that reminds you of your journey and your spiritual connection. By doing this, you're not just decorating your house. You are creating a sanctuary, an energetic womb that actively supports, nourishes, and elevates your vibration 24 hours a day, making it much easier to sustain the state of being you are cultivating. You spend approximately 1/3 of your entire life sleeping. For most people, this period is seen as simply turning off the brain, a passive time of inactivity needed for the body to rest. But for initiates, mystics, and shamans of all traditions, the night is one of the most active and important periods for spiritual growth and energetic recalibration. The sleep state is not a void. It's a journey of consciousness into other dimensions, a sacred time when deep healing happens. The subconscious is programmed, and the soul has the opportunity to receive direct guidance from the higher self and spiritual guides. The 13th way to raise your vibration is the practice of conscious intention before sleep. The sleep state, especially the transition moments of falling asleep and waking up, is when the veil between the conscious and subconscious mind becomes extremely thin. Your subconscious, which governs 95% of your bodily functions, beliefs, and behaviors, becomes fully open and receptive to suggestions, like fertile soil waiting for seeds. It's also when your soul, or astral body, has the most freedom to detach from the physical body and travel to non-physical realms to process experiences and learn. What you do in the last 30 to 60 minutes before closing your eyes to sleep sets the tone and quality of your entire night journey. If you fall asleep watching fear-filled news, scrolling social media feeds full of comparison and drama, or after a heated argument, you're planting seeds of stress and anxiety into your subconscious. This leads to restless sleep, nightmares, and waking up already feeling tired and drained. You are essentially programming your night to be a low vibration experience, sabotaging the opportunity for recharging and healing. Instead, create a sacred bedtime ritual. Turn off all screens at least an hour before bed. The blue light they emit interferes with melatonin production and keeps your brain on high alert. Use that time for calming activities. Take a warm shower, listen to relaxing music, read an inspiring book, write in a journal. Spend a few minutes meditating or doing conscious breathing to calm your nervous system. And most importantly, practice gratitude. Review your day and find at least 3 things you're genuinely grateful for. Feeling the emotion in your heart. This instantly raises your vibration before entering the sleep state. With your system calm and your vibration elevated, the final and most powerful step is to set a clear intention for your night. You can ask for a solution to a problem you're facing, clarity on an important decision, healing for a physical or emotional issue, or simply ask to be taken to a place of learning and love in the spiritual realms. Phrase your request simply and directly, as if you were speaking to a wise and loving friend. You might say out loud or mentally, "Tonight, I ask that my sleep be deep and restorative. I ask to be clearly shown the solution to your issue here." By doing this, you are giving a specific task to your higher consciousness and your spiritual team. You are transforming your sleep from a passive event into an active mission of growth and resolution. Don't be surprised if you wake up in the middle of the night or in the morning with the exact answer you needed, a new perspective on the issue, or simply an unexplainable feeling of peace and certainty, knowing that something was resolved on a deeper level while you slept. You're actively using 1/3 of your life to accelerate your evolution. You've received a set of powerful keys to unlock portals of consciousness and raise your vibration. You can practice each of them as isolated techniques and will no doubt see significant results in your energy and your life. But the ultimate goal of this journey is not to accumulate a checklist of spiritual tasks to do every day. The goal is not to become a perfect practitioner. The ultimate goal is to transcend the practice itself, to embody high vibration so fully that it becomes your natural state of being. And that requires integrating all the keys into a single focal point. The true center of your power, the 14th and 15th ways, which are really 2 sides of the same coin, come together to form the final master key: radical self-love and non-judgmental awareness. Look back at all the practices we've explored. Conscious breathing, sunbathing, grounding, water programming, body movement, harmonizing your home, intention before sleep. What do they all have in common? At their deepest essence, they are all acts of self-love. You care for your body, your mind, your spirit, and your environment not out of vanity, but because you value yourself, because you recognize yourself as a divine being worthy of care and attention. Love is not just a romantic emotion you feel for others. Love, in its purest form, is the fundamental frequency of the universe, the cohesive force that holds everything together. To feel and direct that force toward yourself, especially in the moments when you fail, when you feel weak, or when you make a mistake, is the most healing and transformative vibrational act that exists. Radical self-love dissolves guilt, shame, and self-criticism, some of the densest vibrations that keep you trapped in cycles of suffering. It allows you to be human, to be imperfect, and still feel whole and worthy. If you've made it this far, comment. What I desire is already mine. I want to know who truly made it to the end of this revelation. If you want to support the channel more directly, in the first pinned comment, there's a special link where you can contribute and help me spread more content like this out there. Any help you can give means a lot to me and to the growth of the channel. But just by staying until the end, you've already supported me deeply. You can also share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. And don't go just yet. I've picked a special video for you. It's showing up on your screen now. Click it, and let's continue this journey together, over there.